What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dad and Cole Football Patrol. I am Dad.
And I am Cole.
Cole, you came to me last night. We were sitting down getting ready to have dinner, and you were like, Dad, who's going to have a better season next year? Alex Smith or Patrick Mahomes? And I was like, Now, on paper, I think everyone would immediately say, oh, Alex Smith, he's the veteran. But I got to thinking about it. Mahomes might have some better surrounding quality players around him, some more speed, some more burst. I mean, who are the receivers in Washington that Smith is throwing to? Josh Doctson started to step up a little bit last year, but I don't know about the surrounding cast around him. I'm going to go with Alex Smith. Who say you?
Patrick Mahomes.
You think Mahomes is going to have the better year? And tell me why.
Because he has, better targets. Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, I agree. I think the potential to have an explosive offense is there in Kansas City. I just don't know if a young guy's ready to do that. However, in the NFL anymore, young quarterbacks seem to be coming on and making impacts right away, so we'll never know. Cole, I got one for you. Who's going to have a better season next year? Alvin Kamara or Christian McCaffrey?
It's easy, Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, and why?
Because he has, better talent than Christian McCaffrey, even though I like Christian McCaffrey more than Alvin Kamara.
You're a big fan of him, right? Yeah, you like him. But you just think that Kamara's a more explosive guy. Now, what do you think, though, about the potential for Kamara to have to split time with Ingram versus potentially Jonathan Stewart being out of Carolina? Does that make room for McCaffrey to touch the ball more? Or no, you just think talent is going to win overall in this?
Talent's going to win overall.
Okay, I got you.
Who's going to have a better season? Josh Gordon or Michael Crabtree?
Ooh, that's an intriguing one. Here's the thing. I love Josh Gordon. I'm a massive Josh Gordon fan. I think he showed some flashes of what he potentially, could recapture from his more preeminent years in the NFL last year and having an entire offseason this year, having Tyrod Taylor back in the mix. I'm actually expecting really big things from Josh Gordon and the Browns. However, Crabtree had a great year last year. It was kind of a year that quietly.
And also kind of a bad year.
Well, I thought he outperformed Amari Cooper.
A bad year because he got into that fight.
Oh, you're talking about with some of his behavior and choices. Yes, he did get into that scrap and did get into a rough situation with an on-the-field fight. I forgot about that. But him moving over to Baltimore is intriguing. Look, I just don't know if Baltimore is going to be an explosive enough offense.
Flacco.
Yeah, I like Flacco, and he can get it down the field. I just think they're kind of more of a conservative style, rely on the defense, get the run game going. Cold weather East Coast team. Cleveland's a cold weather East Coast team as well, but I just think there might be more potential for explosiveness with Taylor and the Browns. I'm gonna say Josh Gordon. Who say you?
Josh Gordon.
You think he's gonna have the better year too? All right, Cole, I got one for you. Who's gonna have the better year? Admittedly, this is a little bit of a trick question. Who's gonna have the better year? Carson Wentz or Nick Foles? And I shudder with chills even asking that.
Carson Wentz.
I agree, man. Carson's going to be on the field, and he's going to be back to MVP form. No doubt about it. Cole, who's going to have a better season next season? Is it going to be Kirk Cousins in Minnesota or Case Keenum in Denver?
I'm going with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, you think so? And tell us why.
Because, even though, Kirk Cousins is, going to Minnesota, who, got blowed out in the championship.
Thankfully, they did.
And, also, I think, that Kirk Cousins going to have, better targets.
Yeah.
Because, he's going to have, Kyle Rudolph,
yeah.
Adam Thielen.
I love Adam Thielen. I wonder, though, let me just push back on that a little bit. Is it better targets? Because you look at Demaryius Thomas and you look at Emmanuel Sanders on the outside. Now, I do think they're missing a playmaking tight end in Denver. When you compare those Broncos to like Thielen and Stephon Diggs, I mean, look, I probably would rather have Thielen and
Kyle Rudolph.
Well, right. I think the tight end gives him the edge, and maybe there's a little more explosiveness, and I don't even know if we've seen the full potential of Thielen and Diggs yet, where I think we know what we have with Thomas and Sanders, and that's playmaking ability, don't get me wrong, but I think there could be even another level to Thielen and Diggs' game. So, but back to my original question to you, though. So you think Cousins over Case Keenum having the better season next year? You know what? I agree with you, too.
I got one for you.
Lay it on me.
Who's going to have a better season, Tyler Eifert or Kyle Rudolph?
Oh, that's a good one. Now, look, Eifert's biggest issue has been availability. So getting on the field has been his biggest problem. When he's been on the field, he's been like a touchdown monster. He's had massive production when healthy. But I think at this point, I got to give the nod to Rudolph. I think he's developed into a really consistent weapon. And I think with Cousins, that's only going to improve. You look at Cousins and Jordan Reed, the way those guys connected. I'm going to go with Kyle Rudolph. Who say you?
Tyler Eifert, because like, that's like the best player on their team, because like they have the worst quarterback like in the whole league.
He is kind of stinky. Yes, I agree. I don't know if he's the worst in the whole league, but I'm with you. But you're still going to go with Eifert, though, for having a better season? Just because he's the best target? Well, A.J. Green's no slouch, but a quarterback's best friend is a tight end without a doubt. So you see Eifert having bigger numbers.
Who's going to have a better season, Drew Brees or Carson Wentz?
Oh, you are putting me on the spot, man. Guys, this is your first time checking out our video here. We are unabashed, unapologetic, big-time Philadelphia Eagles football fans. So this is a tough question for me. Listen, I got to keep it real, though. And here's how I'm going to say. I think Carson's probably going to miss like 2 to 3 games. I think they're going to ease him into it, and I don't think missing September is a big deal in the NFL at all. So just because of that, I'm hedging. I'm going to say Drew Brees. But yeah, it's almost like I have a little scapegoat clause in saying this. I got to say Drew Brees, I guess. Oh, does that make me a bad fan in saying that? Who do you think?
Same with me, Drew Brees.
You agree? Yeah, look, Brees is just... year after year, his numbers are ridiculous. He's in that dome. He's
had Brandon Cooks for a little bit.
Yeah, they just picked up Cameron Meredith, I believe his name, from Chicago, who had a little bright spot in Chicago, got hurt last year, but I think he could be a player for them. Michael Thomas is ridiculous. So I think just overall, Brees. But I just want to end Ted Ginn, right. But that doesn't mean I don't think Carson can play like an MVP and take those guys right back to the Super Bowl.
Who do you think's going to have a better season, Lamar Jackson or Carson Wentz?
What? That's easy, man. Carson.
I'm going Lamar Jackson.
I don't even know. Look, I love Lamar Jackson, but there's a chance he might not even see the field at all this year, or maybe not until later in the season. I think that's a pretty easy one. How about this? I'll throw it back to you. Who's going to have the better season? Now, admittedly, I'm not a big college guy. You seem to know these guys a little bit better than me. Who's going to have the better season next year? Sam Darnold or Josh Rosen?
Josh Rosen.
You think Rosen's more poised to make an impact right away in the NFL?
Though Sam Darnold's a first rounder.
Yeah, well, I think Rosen most likely is as well. I think those guys are both at the top of the quarterback heap for rookies. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap up our Who's Going to Have a Better Season Next Season game. Cole, that was fun playing that with you.
I made it up.
That's right. It was your idea. If anyone disagrees with any of the selections we made in that, please do leave a comment. We'd love to hear where you think we got it wrong. And then please do hit subscribe to our channel. We'd love to count on you as active members of our community. We are a football family in this household. Thanks so much for watching the video. What do you think, man?
See ya.
See you guys.